Today we'll be starting a new topic. This is a new topic that we'll be starting, that is simple and compound interest and profit and loss. So before going ahead with this session, before solving the simple interest and compound interest questions, we'll first look at what is simple interest and what's the formula. So whenever a person borrows money from someone, he has to pay an interest. And there are two types of interest. For example, simple interest and compound interest. There are two types of interest. One is simple interest and compound interest. What happens in simple interest is you will get the interest based on the principal. So this principal amount will get you the interest, but this interest will not gain there is no interest on interest. There is no interest on interest in simple interest. Interest on the interest earned. So this is simple interest. In compound interest, there is an element of interest on interest. So simple interest formula, if normally we denote P as the principal amount, T as the time period for which the money is or the duration for which the money has been borrowed, and R is the rate of interest. So in simple interest, the formula is P, this can be capital R also. So the interest amount, the simple interest amount is P into R into T divided by 100. This is R by 100 is actually P into R by 100 into T. This is how we have combined everything and written like this. This amount is the interest amount. So if you are borrowing the money P, and you have to, at the end, you have to pay P plus simple interest. So that would be P plus simple interest is P R P by 100. This is final amount that you have to repay. This is the principal amount that you had borrowed, and this is the simple interest that has accrued. So the total amount that you have to pay is P plus P R into T divided by 100. This is for simple interest. Okay. Not given space for compound interest. Okay, let me write it down here. So compound interest, the formula for compound interest is P into 1 plus R by 100 raised to the power T. So where T is the time period, R is the rate of interest for that time period, and P is the principal. But in compound interest, sometimes they may give that the compounding period may differ. So for example, there may be quarterly compounding, semi-annual compounding, and yearly compounding, or there can be monthly compounding also. So what happens in compounding means, see, for example, there is yearly, the rate of interest is 10%. If it is compounding monthly, for each month the interest would be 10 by 12, 10% divided by 12. So, and the number of compounding period would increase here. Instead of T, it would be 12. And each interest rate would be divided by 12. And if it is quarterly, it would be 10% for the yearly divided by 4, and the this time period would be 4. And if it's semi-annual, you would divide this by 2. So for every 6 months, there would be the interest would accrue, and then on that interest, again interest would be given. So this would be 10 by 2%. Yearly it is the same. So if the more the shorter the duration of the compounding, the higher the interest you would get. So I hope this thing is cleared. These are the basic concepts. We'll go through these concepts again when we are solving questions. If we have any doubts regarding these concepts, you can raise your hand and ask questions. Yeah, please, Sharon, please ask.
Sir, one side you simple interest again not explain ಮಾಡಿ sir.
Okay. So in simple interest, the simple interest is amount is nothing but the interest amount is nothing but given by the formula P into R into T divided by 100. This is the rate that you have to pay, the interest that you have to pay for borrowing a certain amount, that is P, and for duration T. For example, if you have taken 1,000 rupees and the rate is 10%, a simple interest rate is 10%, and you have borrowed it for 1 year. So you would have to, the interest would be 10% of 100. Sorry, 10% of 1,000, that is 100 rupees. And if you have borrowed it for 1 year, the interest would be 100. If you had borrowed it for 2 years, the interest would be 200, because T would be 2 here. So you multiply by 2. So this is simple interest. And the final amount that you have to pay, for example, in this case, if you had borrowed it for 1 year at 10% interest, so the final amount would be the principal amount that you had borrowed, that is 1,000, plus the interest that you have, the interest that is accrued. So totally, after 1 year, you have to repay back 1,100 rupees. So this is simple interest. In simple interest, the interest that you have earned would not earn any more interest. So for example, after the 1 year, the interest would be 100. And after 2 years, the interest would be 200. But the amount that is outstanding after 1 year becomes 1,100. And this 100 will not earn any interest. Only the interest would be charged on or would be calculated on the basis of the principal. That is the disadvantage of simple interest. I hope I've cleared this. So we'll again go back to these concepts once we are solving the questions. So we'll start solving the questions today. And if you have any doubts, that will be clarified once we start solving the questions. So please take just a minute. I'll just rub this off. I hope you have gone through some of the basics and we have noted down the formulas and all. Yeah, please take 3 minutes to solve this. Let's start the timer. Yeah, please take 3 minutes to solve this question. So they're saying a man invested 1,000 on a simple interest at a certain rate and 1,500 at 2% higher rate. The total interest in 3 years is 390. What is the rate of interest for is 1,000? So normally we'll make the chart like this: principal, interest, rate, and simple interest. Sorry, principal, rate, time, and simple interest. So in this case, they have asked that 1,000 rupees was invested in on a simple interest at a certain rate. So let that be 1,000. Let that interest be R. And it was done for 3 years. So simple interest would be 1,000 into R by 100 into 3. Then they're saying at 1,500 was invested at 2% higher rate. That is R plus 2. Again, the time period was 3 years. And the simple interest in that case would be R plus 2 by 100 into 3. And they're saying if it was the total interest, what is the man invested 1,010 on a simple interest at a certain rate and 1,500 at 2% higher rate. The total interest in 3 years is 390. So the total interest means this plus this, 1 plus 2. That is 390. So we have 1,000 into R by 100. R by 100 into 3 plus 1,000 into R plus 2 by 100 into 3, that is equal to 390. So two zeros cancels, and then we have 33 into 10, 30R plus this is 30R plus 60 is equal to 390. Sorry, this was 1,500. Made a mistake here. This is 1,500, and this would be 15 instead of 10. And this would change. So this would be 15 into 3 into R, 45R plus this would be 90 is equal to 390. This is the equation. And then 30R plus 45R is 75R is equal to 390 minus 90. So 75R is equal to 300. This implies R is equal to 300 by 75. 75 twos is 150. So 75 fours is 300. So R is 4%. Correct answer is A. I hope everything is clear. If you have any doubts, please ask. Yeah, please.
ಅದೇ ಸರ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 1000 ಹಾಕೊಂಡಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 1500 ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ರೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆ ಸರ್.
ಓಕೆ, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸರ್.
Suresh, please ask. Suresh? Yeah, unmuted.
Same issue.
Okay.
1500.
Sure. Thank you. So I hope there is no doubt in this question. If there is no more doubt, we'll move to the next question. So please take 3 minutes to solve this. Yeah, it's time. So 56% have got option A, 22% and 22%. C and D have got 22%. Let's see how to go about this question. A sum of money compounded annually doubles itself in 5 years. In how many years will it become 4 times of itself? So they're saying that the money P has become 2P in 5 years. So let's take the normal variables. So 2P, the final value is P into 1 plus R divided by 100 to the raised to 5. This is the given statement. And they are asking for if it becomes 4P, like when will it become 4P? How much time will it take to for the principal amount to become 4 times itself? So here we have 2P is equal to P into 2P is equal to P into 1 plus R by 100. and then we can calculate 1 plus r by 100 raised to 5 is equal to 2p by p from this equation, and 1 plus r by 100 raised to 5 is equal to 2, and 1 plus r by 100 is equal to 2 raised to 1 by 5. Now we'll calculate to become 4p how much time it will take. So final amount is 4p, initial amount is p, 1 plus r by 100 raised to t, and this is 4. P gets cancelled. 1 plus r by 100 is r by 100 raised to t, and we know that 1 plus r by 100 is 2 raised to 1 by 5 to the raised power of t. This is equal to 2 raised to 2, and then we have 2 raised to t by 5 is equal to 2 raised to 2. So since the bases are same, the power should also be the same. So we know that 2 is equal to t by 5, t is equal to 10. So the correct answer is option A. This is a longer route, but you could have directly done it. They know that they've told that it will double in 5 years. So to become 4 times, another 5 years should happen. So totally 5 plus 5, 10 years would be required. But you can do like this also, because if sometimes they ask you, they don't give it so clearly. Instead of 4, if they give you some 30 times or 36 times, you may have to do it like this way. So I hope you have understood this. If you have any doubt, please ask. Move to the next question. So take 3 minutes to solve this. Yeah, it's time. Please select the option choices that you've got. A has got 25%, B 50%, C 25%, and D no one has selected D. So if you are yet to select the option choices, please do that. And then we'll go and see how the question has to be tackled. Okay, we'll see how to go about this question. What they're saying is a person borrowed 9,000 rupees at 7%, rupees 12,000 at 8%, 15,000 at 9% simple interest per annum. He had to pay 50,700 at the end of n years. What is the value of n? So he has borrowed some money for n years, and they have to calculate n here. And finally, he has to repay 50,500. So if he has to repay the total amount that he has to repay is 50,500. How much money he has borrowed? 9,000 plus 12,000 plus 15,000. So total borrowed amount is just 21 plus 15, 9, 12 and 15, 27, 30, 6,000 rupees. 36 was the borrowed amount. And the interest part is 50,700 minus 36,000. So the interest amount is 14,700. So this is the interest amount that he has paid. So we need to calculate in how many years this would amount to 14,700. Interest would amount to 14,500. So we can set up the chart here. We have principal, we have rate, we have time, and we have interest. That is simple interest. So principal is, first one is 9,000, rate is 7%. I would write it as 7 by 100. time is, I don't know, it is n, and the value is 9000 into 7 by 100 into n, and then 12,000 at 8%, n, 12,000 to 8 by 100 into n. Then the third is 15,000, that is at 9%, again for n years, is 15,000 into 8 by 10, 8 by 100 into n. So this is the total interest that he has paid, and that is equal to 14,700. So I would equate this here. So what I will do is, before bringing it here itself, I'll add these two zeros. This is 90 into 7n plus 120 into 8n plus 150 into 8n, sorry, 9n. This is at 9% interest, so this is 9n. That is equal to 14,700. This is 630, 763, 630n, plus this is 960n, plus this is 1350n. It is equal to 14700. And if you add this number here, 1350 and 60, 630, 0, 9 plus 5, 14, 4 plus 9, 13 plus 6, 19, 2940. That's 2940. N is equal to 14,700, and then this implies N is equal to 14,700 divided by 2940, so it cancel out, and then this is close to 300, I think, into 300 into 3 and 5 is 1,500. I think this is, since all the answers are in it's not in decimals, you can just check out. 294 into 5, 5 4s are 20, 9 5s are 45, 7, this is 4, 5 2s are 10, 14, so 1470. So 294 into 5 is 1470. So the answer is 5. So the correct option is option C. 64% have got option C. So if you have any doubts, please ask. Yeah, Haley, I'll allow you to speak. If there is no questions, we'll move to the next question then. Okay, we'll move to the next question. It'll take 3 minutes to solve this. 33% have got option B. Nobody has got option C or option D. 75, 25. 75 for A, 25% for B. So we'll see how to go about this. A sum of money was invested at simple interest. So this was important, simple interest at a certain rate for 5 years. Had it been invested at 5% more or higher rate, it would have fetched 500 more. What was the principal amount? So we need to calculate the principal amount. So we write the chart here, P, R, T, and simple interest. And they are saying that let's take that amount BP itself. Rate is, we don't know, let it be R. Time is for 5 years, and the simple interest is P into R into 5. This is R by 100. This is by 100. Then they are saying that had it been invested at a 5% higher rate, it would have fetched 500 more. So the same principal amount, if it had been invested for 5% more, the rate is R plus 5, and for same number of years, they are saying that it would have fetched 500 more. This is the interest at a higher 5% higher rate, and then they are saying this compared to this is 500 more. So this is P into R plus 5 into 5 divided by 100 minus PR into 5 divided by 100 is equal to 500. And we'll open this brackets here. We have PR into 5, this one, and this one divided by 100 plus P into 25 by 100. This, and this. P into 5 into 5 minus PR into 5 by 100 is equal to 500. This PR into 5, this minus plus will be cancelled. This implies P into 25 by 100 is equal to 500. 25 ones are 25 fours are. This implies P is equal to 500 into 4, that is equal to 2000. The principal amount is 2000. The correct option is option A. I hope it is clear. Doubts here. So we'll move to the next question. So please take 3 minutes to solve this. Solve this question. It's saying that the difference between the compound interest compounded annually and the simple interest on a certain sum of money at 12% per annum for 2 years is 72. What is the principal amount? So we have two instances. One is it is compounded annually. It is compounded annually. The another is simple interest. And the difference between these two is 72. So we need to calculate what is the principal amount. So we have principal, we have time, we have rate, time, and then interest amount. So principal we don't know, rate is 12%, and time period is 2 years. So in this case, simple interest is P into 12 into 2 divided by 100. This is the simple interest. And the compound interest, we have P 12 by 100. The interest rate is 12 by 100 in 2 years. Compound interest will be P into 1 plus 12 by 100 raised to the power of 2 minus P. This is the compound interest, because this is the final amount. In that final amount, if you remove the principal amount, you would get the interest component. So this is the interest. Now they are saying the difference between these two is 72. So we have P into 1 plus 12 by 100 whole square minus P minus this 12 to the 24 P by 100 is equal to 72. So this is P into, I will take it as 1.12 the whole square minus P minus 24 P by, or I'll write it as 0.24. 24 by 100 is 0.24 P is equal to 72. And I have to multiply this 1.12 into 1.12 twice. Four, 2, 1, 2, 1, 4, 4, 5, 2. This is 1.2544. So I would take it as 1.254 P minus 0.24 P is equal to 72. This is equal to 0.254 P minus 0.24 P is equal to 72. 0.254, 0.240, 41, 0.014 P equal to 72, and this I'll write it as 44 itself. 44. This is one. This will be 44 here. This is P is equal to 72 divided by 0.0144. This is I can write it as 72 divided by 14.4. I've moved it 1, 2, and 3 points. This 1000, and 72 divided by 14.4. I think this is 5. I think 5 is a 72. 5 is a 20, 22, 5, 72. Yeah. So 14.4 5 into 5 times is equal to 72. This is 5,000. The principal amount is 5,000. Correct option is option D, 5,000.